Don't know what to do anymore. I'm out of options, nothing's working. I'm out of service. Come help me now, I'm fucking nervous. I'm trying but can't scratch the surface. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can we find a single reason not to say goodbye? I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can we find a single reason not to say goodbye? Run and hide. Oh, would that make you run and hide? Don't know what to do anymore. I'm out of options, nothing's working. I'm out of service. Come help me now, I'm fucking nervous. I'm trying but can't scratch the surface. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can we find a single reason not to say goodbye? I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can we find a single reason not to say goodbye? Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. Oh, would that make you run and hide? Don't know what to do anymore. I'm out of options, nothing's working. I'm out of service. Come help me now, I'm fucking nervous. I'm trying but can't scratch the surface. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can we find a single reason not to say goodbye? I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can't we find a single reason not to say goodbye? Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. Oh, would that make you run and hide? Don't know what to do anymore. I'm out of options, nothing's working. I'm out of service. Come help me now, I'm fucking nervous. I'm trying but can't scratch the surface. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can't we find a single reason not to say goodbye? I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I'd lose you if I didn't. Till we find what we're missing and compromise. So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can't we find a single reason not to say goodbye? Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? 'Cause if I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? 'Cause if I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? 'Cause if I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? 'Cause if I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? 'Cause if I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? 'Cause if I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? 'Cause if I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? 'Cause if I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? 'Cause if I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? 'Cause if I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? 'Cause if I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? 'Cause if I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? 'Cause if I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? 'Cause if I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? ' run and hide. If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run and hide. Oh, would that make you run and hide? Don't know what to do anymore. I'm out of options, nothing's working. I'm out of service. Come help me now, I'm fucking nervous. I'm trying but can't scratch the surface. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I lose you if I didn't. Can we find what we're missing and compromise? So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can we find a single reason not to say goodbye? I don't wanna say anything, cause if I do I might say the wrong words. Oh no. So I'll keep my mouth shut and not listen. Afraid I lose you if I didn't. Can we find what we're missing and compromise? So I'll keep my shoes on and not leaving. We're on thin ice, winter season. Can we find a single reason not to say goodbye? Oh, if I said what's on my mind, would you stay with me tonight? If I said what's on my mind, would that make you run and hide? Run and hide. Run say goodbye.
Amin ya Rabbal Alamin. May Allah bless our sharing for today. Today we bring you Madam Farzana Abdul Ghani to give a talk about Microsoft Excel and its function and also some helpful techniques we can implement in our own Excel. Madam Farzana Abdul Ghani is an experienced lecturer at the School of Computing, College of Art and Science, University Utara Malaysia. Later, she will explain more about Microsoft Excel and its function. Now that we are set up to start, I would like to invite Madam Farzana Abdul Ghani to start our session.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to everyone. And first of all, I would like to express a very my heartfelt gratitude to the organizer, especially Miss Hanis Shazwani. Yeah, list the data, list the numbers, and that's all. Okay, we can do further than that. We can do analysis. We can apply some formula, and also what I would like to highlight today is then back in the days people use Lotus 123 until now lah masih digunakan Lotus 123. It is among the popular spreadsheet applications. So if you embark yourself in your career journey afterwards, when your employer show you the balance sheet and the Lotus 123 applications, bila dia tunjuk dekat you macam Lotus 123, dia tak gunakan Excel, don't be scared lah, because the concept is the same. Jangan takut, konsep dia masih lagi sama, and we identify each of the cell accordingly, column and row. So as you can see on the image here, the first cell on the left hand side tu adalah B2, B3, B4 and until C6. So every cell identified accordingly. Okay. Why it is identified is because it is easy for us to do applications and run the functions accordingly. What I would like to draw your attention as well is that we can do charts. Okay, we can do charts and we can share information with others here over the cloud. Okay, so if your university, your ITM provide you a cloud storage, then you are able to share your file among your group project members and as well as your lecturers. And then the management of the information can be orderly in terms of we can manage the lembaran, the worksheets properly. according to your needs. Okay. So let me share, maybe perhaps test your knowledge in the first place. Okay. Um, Perhaps you can go to your chat box and click on the link, okay, to do this simple quiz just to ensure which level are you at right now with Excel, okay. Most of my students, from my observations, most of them score maybe 50% correct based on the quiz. So from here we can actually identify lah which particular part of the Excel that is most suitable for you. Okay. Now I'm sharing another screen of the quiz pages. Okay. Perhaps you can check your chat box. Okay. Maybe Hanis would like to copy paste the link on the chat box. Then we can ask among yourself together with us. Today is we have 30 plus participants. Okay. Take some time to do this quiz. Yeah. There are 14 questions that you can do. And then after a while, you can share with us your score. And then I will try to guide you which part of the exercises of the tutorial that you can start. Okay. In order for you to grasp all the skill needed. Okay. So this is a kind of refresher for everyone. So just try to answer this quiz. Okay, I'm just blindly click this just to give you the idea. Okay, siapa-siapa yang dah boleh buat tu, you can start. If you are using mobile phone, no problem. You can also do this quiz. Okay. So until finish lah. It will just test you the knowledge of the Microsoft Excel. Lah. And at the end of the quiz, you should get something like the analysis of your jawapan lah. Okay. One last question. There are 14 questions. Okay. You can see the result here. All right. So if you score, for example, I like blindly click the jawapan, then I get 3 out of 14, then my score is 21%, 21%. So if your score under 50%, then you have to start from the basic lah. Okay. Okay, perhaps anyone from the floor would like to share with us your score. Okay. And just for the record, this website, edugcfglobal.org, is a particular free website that amounts one of the good resources for learning Excel. Okay, because it provides the hands-on exercises. Okay, you can just go to this website and then click on the topic menu, and you can learn all other parts of Microsoft Office Suite, and basically click on the Excel, and then click on the version that you are running on your machine, whether 2013, 16 or 2010. So if you are using 2019 and 360 Office, then you just click on the Excel 2016. Okay, so depending on your score, class, okay, depending on your score, if you score like myself just now, I scored 21%, then I might want to start with number 5, okay, basics. All right, and then follow through the exercises until you gain your knowledge confidently. And otherwise, if you score more than 50%, then you might want to start with the formula number 13. So you yourself determine which part that you want to um, equip yourself with certain skill. Okay. All right. So for today's purpose, I will mix everything, some of the basics, some of the intermediate, and also the advanced part. Okay. So if you have good knowledge on the Excel, stay tuned with me because I do have advanced material for you to digest and hopefully to help you elevate your skill, inshallah. Okay. So far, no one share with us the score. Okay, perhaps you still need some time, or you just want to, keep the score alone. Okay, it's okay. Let me just continue with the content this morning. So I hope you can see my slide. Boleh nampak tak semua?
Nampak, madam.
Alright. So you boleh tengok lah. You can see the legend lah or the guide here. If you score maybe under 25%, you can consider yourself as novice user. 50 to 70% is intermediate, and advanced user is those who score 75% onwards. Okay, the full score is 14 lah, 14. Alright. Then just to give you a brief introduction, this is the element of the Microsoft Excel. We have similar menu with Microsoft Word. Memang sama sajalah. It's just an additional of menu such as formula. Okay, as you can see from the title bar tu. Okay. Formula ni penambahan lah, and then we have data, and also there is special stuff under insert. Okay, walaupun at a quick glance is almost the same as Microsoft Word, but there are other additional stuff special for the Excel. And at the bottom here, you can see a line of sheets, lembaran that you can work with here. And you can add accordingly as you need. All right. So those who are doing accounting, perhaps. So I'm really accustomed to teach business students. So when I talk about Excel, I always relate those who are using for accountant, okay, for accounting, financial management, and whatnot. So under your domain, chemical engineering, perhaps you would like to do data analysis, okay, and you want to represent your lab result and experiment result in the Excel. So inshallah, I will help you with that. And again, you can always ask me question lah. Okay. Okay, hang on. And these are the formula bar or the formula menu that is especially worth to know. For engineering part, okay, engineering ni you all banyak deal with I think under maths and trigger. trigonometry, sorry, and other functions such as you want to do estimation, okay, prediction, forecasting, you boleh jugalah buat macam tu. And then for handling data, sometimes you would like to deal with the decimal point, okay. Sometimes you measure a certain, for example, temperature, okay, whether you want it to be in Celsius, Fahrenheit, okay, centimeter, millimeter, and whatnot. So you deal with the under this part general under number options. Okay. So let us start from the basic, the first exercise. Perhaps those who have maybe an earlier some experience using Excel, you may want to start with the one of the 4 exercise here, okay. But I would like to perhaps show you demo live lah, okay. Let me share my window for Excel. Another window. Okay, you can see on your slide here, right? Okay. For example, if you want to adjust your numbers, okay? Sekejap ya. Okay, I find it a bit odd. Suddenly my cursor went missing. Okay, it's okay. So for example, if you want to change the data here, you can deal with the currency with RM, okay, and then work with your decimal point. Okay, for example, macam tu lah. Okay, most of the example that I'm showing this morning is more related to business lah. Okay, and then what you can do is you want to, for example, highlight certain numbers, okay, and you want to do some benchmarking lah. Okay, any students total expenses that is less than perhaps 200, for example, are considered below than benchmark, okay, or maybe less than 300, perhaps below than benchmark. You can also do that under conditional formatting. So they can just auto lah, alright. And other than that, you can also do.
Madam,
Yes.
your presentation a bit blur.
My presentation is a bit blur. Or perhaps I want to stop sharing first. Stop sharing for a while. Okay, and reshare my screen. How's that? Can you see the screen? Nampak tak? I'm sharing Microsoft Excel screen right now. Okay, I think the internet is not that good on your side, perhaps, if I'm not mistaken. And thank you for Miss Hanis for assisting me this morning. Anis dah tolong copy the guide you in terms of what the hands-on exercise that you can do lah for the basics lah, okay. Okay, raise your hand, everyone, if you cannot see my screen, or you can just react through the icons there. You can put a thumbs up or love icon. All right. So what I was doing just now is I did the conditional formatting. You can, for example, highlight expenses that is beyond 200 ringgit and change the color that you prefer. Macam tu. So there are two conditional formatting running here. The pink one, I think less than 300. The yellow one, more than 200. Okay. Then we would like to also do some math operation. Okay. For example, you can do total lah. Okay. Total of expenses. Okay. Here for certain category of student lah. Okay. You can start with the equal sign. Okay. This is the formula one lah. Kita start dengan equal sign. And then identify which cell that you want to do the operation. Okay. Hang on, I think I need to enlarge my screen a little bit. Okay. So any simple formula start with the icon or any formula in that sense. And you put your operation lah, plus or minus. Okay. So that is a very simple start lah. And if you want to check your formula whether it actually refer to correct cell, then click on the formula bar on top here. Okay, the one that I highlight here. Okay. And then after that, in case if you still need to recall back your maths operation, okay, I'm sharing back my slide. Going back to my slide. Kalau you all ingat lah masa you all belajar maths dulu kan, kita ada order of operation. Okay. We start with the bracket first. Then, okay, priority of ordering. We start with the bracket or power. Then we settle the multiply and divide. And then last one is the plus and minus. So the priority ordering principles still follow like what you have learned from the maths during the SPM. So everything start with the equal sign, right? Then this is just an illustration of basically how the formula is done, and you can drag and drop. Okay, you nampak tadi tu kan? You can drag and drop the formula from the top to the bottom instantly. Okay. What I would like to highlight also is that you can also do other stuffs to manage your data lah. Okay. Sekejap ya. I am moving back to the Microsoft Excel. Okay. Sharing back my Excel. Okay, here. Can you see the Excel page? Okay, boleh kan? Usually, once you've satisfied with your formula, you can just drag from the top to the bottom lah. Okay, and sometimes you get across this kind of problem. Okay, value. So this kind of error, sometimes dia ada macam circular references error. Okay, so you must check lah with the formula, for example. Okay, I think I might want to add a little bit of data right now. Okay, and sometimes you came across this kind of hashtags macam ni kan. Okay, not to worry, just expand the column. Okay, expand the column. Okay, I would like to add some extra data. Okay, just to illustrate more of the analysis. Okay, and the total expenses is we would like to do some additional or summation operation lah on the total. Okay, so what we will do is macam tadi lah, kita just deal with the currency macam tu. Then perhaps you want to adjust your formula. We want to calculate the total expenses for student name city, for example. Okay, 200 plus extra. Oh sorry, sometimes my cursor went off the grid. Plus extra, and then you get the answer, and what you do is you just drag and drop. So you will get all the total expenses here. Okay, there is a particular feature in the Excel whereby, for example, kalau you handle thousands of rows at the same time, okay, my example here is only dealing with 6 students, okay, hanya 6 students. So what if you have multiple row, ada banyak lagi row, and you want to make sure that the calculation, you don't have to drag from row 1 until row 10,000. Get what I mean? Okay, macam mana kita nak buat automatic is kita gunakan absolute references. Absolute references. So there are exercises that you can try on the chat box.
Madam,
Yeah,
your presentation still blurry. Kalau saya minta Madam present balik boleh?
present balik. You mean from the start?
No, present on WebEx.
Present on WebEx. I'm actually on the WebEx.
I mean share screen.
I am actually sharing my screen. Sekejap ya. Okay, this is when I stop the sharing. Alright. Okay, can you see the screen right now?
I can see, but it looks still blurry. Wait. Sekejap.
What about the other participants? Have you all experiencing the same issue? Yang lain-lain tu macam mana? Okay ke tak? Ke tak nampak langsung ke macam mana?
Kalau tengok
same itu.
dekat
Same, okay.
same.
I think my internet access is okay this morning, or maybe so far okay lah. Okay, no issue. What we can do about it? we tested last night, it was okay, right?
Yes. Yes, madam. Nak tanya, madam share entire screen kan?
So, no, I'm sharing Excel alone, bukan entire screen, not entire screen.
Excel only. Kalau cuba madam try balik, unshare, lepas tu share balik entire screen.
Okay. I stop sharing right now. I share entire screen. Okay, is it better now?
Madam, still blurry. Wait,
Still blurry.
let me check.
Still blur. I can't do much on my side because the Excel is blurry. Siapa Naji ya? Thank you for pointing out. Bila Excel dia blur, kenapa blur? Is it better?
Cuba madam try zoom sikit.
Okay.
Nampak jelas sikit. Nampaklah tulisan tu.
I
Absolute
see.
reference, type of device.
Nampak kan? Smartphone.
Jelas sikit madam.
Okay, so in that case, I have to zoom in lagi lah. Okay, how's that? Better?
Okay, clear miss. Clear madam.
Alright, so I'm sharing entire screen by the way. Alright, okay. I was explaining just now macam mana kita nak buat formula. When you can check the formula bar at the top here that I highlighted here with my cursor, D6 plus E6. And then what we did was we just drag and drop the formula lah. Macam tu, okay? Alright. Okay. Sorry, wrong column. Here we just drag and drop until finish. Okay. If you would like to add some numbering, you can also do that. Okay. There are tips and tricks in the Excel that you can also gain from TikTok. Okay, dekat TikTok banyak kelas. Dekat TikTok ada banyak sharing from TikTokers on how to deal with Excel and etc. Okay, absolute references. For example, we have here only 6 students. Okay, what if we have maybe thousands and more than 10,000 of rows for students? Okay, because usually in real world students in any campus thousands, beribu-ribu kan. Okay, how can we deal with that is kita guna absolute references. For example, let's say of the total expenses incurred by the student in any campus, sometime after the pandemic, okay, kita ada inflation, betul tak? Sekarang ni harga barang makin meningkat and whatnot. We want to apply inflation rate. Okay, as you know, inflation rate goes by perhaps this year 2022 at 3%, for example, 0.03. Okay, so what we will do is kita nak apply inflation rate of the total expenses, and we want to sort of predict lah after next year by applying the inflation rate, how would the total expenses would look like lah next year. Okay, macam tu kan. If we apply the formula as in normal like what we did lah, kita just ambil total, darab, okay, multiply with the inflation rate, kita apply that. Okay, inflation rate dia. And then kita just add balik lah kan, betul tak? Macam tu. Okay. But if you try to attempt to do the dragging action just now, macam kita buat mula-mula tu kan, you will get this kind of trouble lah. Okay, as you can see, the first one looks okay. It refer to the inflation rate cell on the light pink there, 0.03. Okay, but if you go to the second one, it will go haywire. Okay, dia akan jadi haywire lah, especially dealing with this macam ni. Macam mana nak buat kan? Okay. To tackle this, kita gunakan absolute references. Okay, first of all, F6. Okay, kita just letak absolute references. And you want to maybe try lah. Okay, kita nak refer to this one. Okay. Okay, usually when I do this in my class, dia tak ada masalah. Equal sign, okay. Right. Alright, and then we try to drag. Dia pula. FH. So we want to maintain that column there. The inflation rate, okay, H4. So we just put there absolute references, means that absolute means you just stick to the circular references, and then you can just drag and drop the formula as you want lah. Okay, kita tengok sini ya. The second row also refer to the inflation rate at the pink color there. Okay. Same goes to here. And then drag the formula until finish. So imagine that you can do this at the 10,000 rows. You just drag the whole thing without any issue. And let's say this is the rate for 2002. 2002. What if next year the inflation rate went up? Okay, let's say at 0.5. Okay, how you can able to deal with this is you can just apply the new inflation rate lah. Change the reference to the 2023's inflation rate, and then you get the same facility. You just drag and drop, then they just refer to the different inflation rate. Okay, and you can just basically change in 2024, for example. You just nak apply at all at once, nak drag langsung, then you can just buat macam ni lah. Can you see? Nampak tak? Put the rate accordingly as you please. So dia akan auto refresh for every row that you did earlier. Okay. Alright, so I hope that is clear. And at this side, this is just to add the inflation rate with the total expenses. Yang ni tak ada masalah, kita just drag saja. Okay, that's all. So if you ever have changes on the rate, it would be done without any problem. Okay. Now I'm moving back to the slide semula. Okay. I was explaining just now. I hope the screen is alright. Demo about the formula is done. Okay. Then kita move on lah with the next one. The most used formula, you can do other logical function. Okay, kita panggil dia logical function. If and or, if error, okay, sum, count, average. This is also popular. Okay, let me check the chat box. Okay, so far none issue. And then we also have string, or we call it text manipulation. Okay, for this particular workshop, I tak sempat lah nak cover everything. By the way, we will start at 10 o'clock or I will be given extra time.
We'll take a break on 10:30. Okay.
So what I showed to you guys just now was absolute and relative references. Okay. Hanis boleh copy lah these exercises. Let your friends, the participant do this exercise. You all boleh klik lah dekat sini and have a better hands-on lah afterwards. Okay. Or you want me to give you some time to do the exercise, then perhaps I will review lah certain exercise with certain participants. Okay. In this case, if the participant are quite shy to share their screen with us, then perhaps I would request the organizer lah. Sama ada Hanis ke siapa tadi, Adam or Ilham to show the example lah for the rest of the workshop participants. Okay. You might want to do the function. Okay. Untuk function tu boleh try untuk function. I'm sharing my screen for the function exercise. Okay, how the website works actually is that dia bagi you tutorial dulu. Okay, complete with the video dekat sini. Okay, and then complete with the set of working data. Then after that, they can provide you all with the challenge section. So it will be interesting lah to apply back what I was showing you just now. But then this time kita nak tengok participant boleh ke tidak buat functions. Okay. Since we have a little bit of time, maybe at 10:05 10:05 macam tu, I might ask one of you to share your screen and kita boleh berkongsi lah any issue or problem, yeah. So go straight to this challenge section and then download the practice workbook here, right? And then follow lah dia punya instruction kat situ, and hopefully you will get the end result macam ni. Okay, yang ni exercise untuk functions. So I give you some time around 10 minutes lebih kurang macam tu untuk try to do this. If there is no volunteer, then I just need to ask the organizer lah and the committee member to share your screen with me. Okay, the link for the exercises are already copied in the chat box. You all klik yang last kali tu, function tu. Dan kita tengoklah macam mana. I have quite good number of participations this morning. 37 not bad lah. Boleh lah. Last time last year, I did a workshop with the University Malaysia Sabah. It went, we were having the workshop, I think during the PKP. Okay. The participants like I think almost 400. Okay. Complete, including SPM students, diploma and first degree students. Okay. And the participation were really overwhelming, and they really share their work with me. Okay. And I was actually able to pinpoint lah. I tunjukkan dekat dia kat mana yang dia silap and any issue, then we had resolved that during live session lah. Okay. Okay, anyone perhaps would like to share your screen? You boleh buat live lah, maksud kata you do it from scratch, but you can share your screen and follow the instructions here. Okay. So actually dalam website ni, in this website, there are other things that you can learn. For example, Photoshop, semua banyak kan. But today we focusing on the Excel, so ada banyak lah kat situ. And you can see there is a particular link that you can learn on, especially for Excel formula only. So dia ada banyak lah. And the exercise that the committee member was copy paste just now in the chat box was taken from this particular formula and function basics. Okay. So dia ada banyak lah. If function and all that. Okay. Okay, let me know if any of you would like to share your screen, but at the same time, let me just slowly continue with the rest of the content. Okay, next one. When you deal with lots of data, sometimes you want to sort. Okay, you want to sort your data ascending and descending. So ascending maksud dia menaik, descending maksud dia menurun, A to Z, Z to A. You can do that on the sort function. Okay, I'll show that in a few moments. So this is how sorting is done. You highlight the data, the set of data, and then you click the sorting function, whether ascending or descending. Then you can also do custom sort. You want to sort, for example, in this set of data, you want to sort by type of injuries, or you want to sort by first name and last name. Okay, depending on what kind of projection, okay, what kind of data projection that you want to produce. You nak produce susunan berdasarkan jenis kecederaan, injuries, or do you want to produce data as according to their names? Okay. Okay, in a few minutes, I'll show you how to do the sorting using the set of data that I have on my Excel. Okay, and this is also another exercise for sorting, filtering, format data and conditional formatting. I've shown you already for the conditional formatting yang tadi tu, the first part. Okay, this one I dah tunjuk tadi, conditional formatting. What's next is the sort and filter. Okay, so I think we have around 15 to 20 minutes lebih kurang lah for us to continue with the hands-on. Okay, I'm giving you time actually untuk buat benda tu. Then perhaps after that kita boleh proceed with the part 2. Okay, so how the sorting is done? For example, on my set of data kat sini, so this is the inflation differences. Okay, and at this end here is the new total. Okay, new total yang tadi kita buat tu lah. So what I will do is I akan sort lah this thing. So as usual, bila kita bekerja dengan Excel ni, we always try to clean and ensure that our data is always organized. Okay. The sorting function is at the top right corner here. Sort, filters, find and select. Right. First of all, kita highlight dulu lah. We highlight the whole table and press the sort and filter. Okay. We can do auto sort lah. Okay, sort smallest to largest. Nothing will happen because it will follow by default the column number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. If you click on the sorting, largest to smallest, the other way around lah. Dia akan follow the first column B. Macam ni 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. The custom sort is a special sort kat sini where you can sort by which field. Okay, kita ada a few options here. Do you want to sort by names, student names, or do you want to sort by extra expenses, or do you want to sort by inflation differences? Because sometimes we want to see which student have the most or the least inflation differences. Depends kan. So in this example, I just nak sort by, tengok sini dia punya wizard window tu, inflation differences. Okay. Largest to smallest to largest, for example. So what the Excel will do is that dia akan buat macam ni lah. So dia akan sort by inflation differences. And as you can see, that's why I keep the numbering for number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ni sebab I nak tengok, you could see the differences of the sorting action there. Okay. And other than that, perhaps we can sort by student name. You boleh juga buat benda tu. Custom sort by student names, A to Z or Z to A. And this will happen lah. And the other column will follow through lah as accordingly depending on your sorting criteria. You nak sort by apa? Student name dia akan ikut lah. Macam tu lah. So that is sorting. And of course, if I may repeat back, you can do conditional formatting to highlight, kan? Macam tu lah. To highlight certain rule that is inflation that is on the benchmark. Kan kita ada benchmark kan. If you are working with numbers, you will have some benchmark points. Okay, katakanlah benchmark points kita adalah 30 lah. 30 macam tu. So anything that is below the benchmark is on the red flag. Okay, macam tu. The operation that I would also like to being highlighted in the function adalah you tengok sini insert formula. You boleh gunakan logical sini, okay, ataupun you just guna certain yang paling popular adalah average. You want to calculate average, you can also do that. Okay, just put equal and then you tengok kat sini. Dia dah ada kat tepi ni. Alright, you want to calculate average of the cell. Just press OK lah. So you will get the average for this particular area. G6 until G11. So the average of the inflation differences is 40 ringgit Malaysia. Macam tu lah. And within this set of data, sometimes you nak tengok which student actually have the highest ataupun maximum lah, highest maximum of this within this range. Okay. Kita buat okay. So macam ni senang lah. Equal and then press max. Then you just dapat lah the range. Press OK. And then just double check which range that the Excel took from. From the extra expenses. Then we know that the maximum extra expenses is 350. Okay, and then the score was done. The extra expenses was incurred by a student named Aiman. Okay, then kalau kita nak buat minimum pun boleh jugalah dekat sini. Minimum. 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 You can just do it manually, boleh juga macam saya tengah buat ni. Put the bracket and then highlight the range, then close the bracket and press enter. Macam tu lah. The total expenses sit at 300 ringgit incurred by Susan and Siti. Okay, ada soalan tak, guys? Any question that you would like to ask me? You can always unmute yourself and then ask question lah.
Setakat ni
Okay.
rasa tak ada.
Tak ada. Okay. Any one of you would like to share your screen? So that bila you share your screen, you were trying to do the exercises on the chat box and then you will get better opportunity to ask me question lah. Okay. Kalau tak ada, it's okay lah. I boleh proceed with the next part. Anyone? Okay, in that case, I have basically finished the first part. Okay, I think the second part is much more interesting, whereby I'll cover on the pivot table and the dashboard. Alright, so first part dah habis. There was one participant who unmute himself. Siapa tadi? Muhammad Firdaus tanya soalan. Oh, the host. Okay, we can proceed with the part 2 if you want, or perhaps you want to have 5 minutes break pun okay.
I think we'll take a 5-minute break.
Okay. So I return back the floor to you. Thank you so much.
Okay, so that's the end for our first session. We will take 5-minute breaks before we proceed to our next session. Okay, so now we will start with our next session.
Okay, welcome back, guys. So this is the second part, which as usual, I'll share my entire screen. Okay, just to test run a little bit. The screen on Excel is can be viewed clearly, right? Boleh nampak kan?
Kalau medium Zoom dia jelas sikit.
Okay, so far so good, eh?
Yes.
Okay. So in this second part, we will do lots of stuff for pivot table dekat sini, and we will do charts. Okay, and we will deal some of the feature for the pivot lah. Okay, I'm just showing you the basics. And untuk pengetahuan you all, this is the part where I mentioned the earlier during the earlier introduction just now. This is the part where you can literally impress your viewer, your employer, and your superior that you can do more with Excel. Okay, you can do more with Excel. Not only setakat, key in these numbers, do the formula, maths, mathematical operation, and etc. You can actually do more than this. Okay, so this is the intention of the second part. Okay. I hope you have gained quite a lot of knowledge from the first part. Okay, for the second part, let me proceed with the charts, the basic charts. Okay, this is the prerequisite before you can create charts. Pastikan data you dah clean, you have sort and key in as what you have desired. Lepas tu able to consolidate everything at a particular cell area. Maksud saya dekat sini lah, bila kita klik dekat Excel tu, semua data you dia duduk setempat. Macam contoh dia, if this one is regarding with the student expenses, semua duduk dalam setempat. Kalau kata ada penambahan extra row, for example, more students data need to be key in, then you just key in lah accordingly, macam tu. Okay. So in this first part, perhaps I'll cover the slide first. Kita just select the data set, then kita klik the insert menu. Itu saja. Simple as like that. If you all perhaps aware that as the version keep on revising year by year, the wizard that is available on the Excel is getting simpler and easier. Dia tak ada masalah sangat lah. And these are the type of charts that you can choose from. Bar chart, pie chart, line. Okay. Then you have 3D, 2D charts. You may also choose from the options. Then different charts, there are the different purposes. For example, you want to make comparison between two different groups, male and female, for example, postgrad and undergrad level. So use the charts as accordingly to meet your purpose. Okay. Kalau pie charts ni dia lebih sesuai untuk to show us the proportion. Dia punya pecahan tu besar mana at a quick glance. For example, we have type of food ataupun type of expenses just now in the campus. You want to scrutinize the type of expenses, for example, food, transportation, entertainment, tuition fees, and stationery, for example. If you have 5 types of expenses, saya suggest you all guna pie charts. Okay. So this is the illustration of how the charts can be achieved. Kita key in data dulu, macam biasa, highlight. then choose the menu lah. So dekat sini kita ada fourth quarter, so that's why dia ada 4 proportion lah. First, second, third and fourth proportion of quarter in this particular pie chart. A second example, yang ini adalah bar charts. Kita nak tengok increment of the profits and sale and operation cost for the year of 2005 until 2009. Okay, so for each year, we want to display 3 different type of movement of the metrics of the financial, which is sales, profit and operation cost, depicted with the red, green and purple color. Okay, so later you will get this opportunity to do this hands-on as usual. Kita ada exercise 4 supply for you. Okay, but I will show and demo for you lah on the Excel. Okay. So I'm still using the Excel data that I was working on earlier. So kita nak come up with this total expenses lah. Okay. Macam biasa kita highlight dulu. Data dah cantik. All been clean and sorted nicely. Highlight the area and then kita go to the insert and then choose the charts. Simple saja. We can use the bar charts, for example. You want to do like 2D or 3D. Nak buat bar chart, horizontal or vertical bar, boleh, tak ada masalah. As you please. Okay. I think let's do the basic one, 2D. Yeah? So let me just insert a new sheet. Okay, just to make it easy for you to see lah. So ini adalah expenses untuk 6 pelajar yang kita had identify earlier. And then simple like that. Itu saja. And then daripada sini you can just like just now I add new sheet. I can just rename the sheets. This is a simple chart. I think it's too small. Let me just expand it a little bit. Okay, I hope it's visually good. So dekat sini, I just right click on the sheet name. Dan kita just ubahlah nama dia. Okay. So you dapat something like this lah. And if you click on the chart area, let me just make it smaller. Okay. Right click on that, on the chart area, you will get these options. Okay. Change the formatting. Whether you want it to have a different color, you may also do that. Okay. Macam tu. Text option. You want the text to be a different color as well. You may also do that. Okay. And chart options. You want to work with this different design lah. Nampak lebih canggih kan? It looks much more sophisticated if you use gradient fill macam ni. and just try and error lah, yang mana you suka kan. Okay. If you are working for corporate presentation, for example, you might want to choose design that is clean and sleek lah. Okay. Macam tadi tu okay lah gradient ni. Right. So you got yourself a very simple charts. Okay, what if you want to ubah lah different charts? For example, you're not happy with the bar charts, then you might choose pie charts as well. Okay, it is workable. Okay, then cuma there is a certain setting dah that you have to work up. For example, changing the label. Okay, every chart dia ada label lah. Dia ada label. You might want to add your label accordingly. Okay. Design and format. You go to the menu charts at the top. Okay, change the format here, boleh juga. And go to the design. You want to add the chart element, for example, data labels. Okay. You do that. Legend. To show the name of the students. Okay. Kalau student sikit tak apalah. Less than 10. What if the student maybe 10,000? Okay. Macam mana you nak buat? But then it depends on the type of data that you're presenting. Perhaps if you have thousands of data, aka students, also known as students in this case, you might want to represent according to gender, female student, male student. Kita groupkan mereka-mereka ni. Undergrad student, postgrad student, I think it would be ideal as well. And change the design, guys. Boleh juga. Tak ada masalah. Change the color, the layout, and etc. Okay, so it's super easy lah. Okay, so far, are you following me? Is it okay? Or do you have questions at this point? Ada soalan tak? Boleh tanya soalan? Here with us, 38 participants, including myself. Kalau tak ada soalan, then I can proceed lah. Or perhaps the host would like to copy the exercises for the charts. Working with data, sorry. Yes, working with data. So dekat dalam website ni, hang on, different page. Okay, here you would like to perhaps go to the topics under Excel. Okay, thank you, Anis. Under Excel, I'm using quite a latest version of Excel. So kita pergi dekat sini lah. Creating charts. And these are specifics, guidance and tutorial, complete with the video lah macam mana you nak tengok how to do come up with the charts. Okay. Samples. Okay, usually I think for engineering you most likely to use line to represent data such as the movement of the temperature, okay, the differences of the measurement of certain water level, for example, okay, temperature level. And for information on the screen right now is the same data, same data set, but using different type of charts. Okay, choose which one that intriguing your viewer, and especially if you want to impress people, then obviously you have to be selective and also need to be able to display a very sophisticated chart lah. Okay. Alright, what if you have key in raw data or you want to update your data? Maksud dia mungkin data daripada carta tadi tu from last year, you want to include new data for this year for example. Sangat senang, you just key in semula dalam table tersebut lah. If you frequently add more data to your spreadsheet, it may become tedious to update data range. There is an easy way. Simply format your source data as table and then create a chart based on that table. When you add more data, it will automatically be included in both table and charts. Okay, let's see this video, guys. Sekejap, I think I need to share my particular screen for this so that hopefully when I play this video, you may able to hear the audio.
A common problem with Excel charts is that sometimes people add more data to the spreadsheet and forget to include the new data in the chart. And that's exactly what's happened here. Our last few rows are missing from the chart. The worst part is you may not even realize that your chart is using incomplete or out-of-date data. But I'm going to show you an easy way to make sure your chart always stays up to date. First, I'll delete the old chart.
Can you all hear the audio of the video? So dia akan come up with this lah. For example, filter yang pertama, pelajar saya ni guna smartphone. So dia akan keluar lah. Untuk semua pelajar tu, yang smartphone sahaja. Okay. Dan filter yang kedua adalah klik dekat corong yang kecil tu. Sometimes student use tab. Hanya 2 orang pelajar saja gunakan tab, Lily dengan Raju. Okay, siap ah. And the column part, the left hand side dekat tadi ni, you boleh juga play around with for example sekarang ni katakanlah select all. Okay. Kita nak tengok semua data kan. We can just try and error lah. Ataupun you can add more tables, guys. Boleh. Okay. Boleh juga. Create more tables. And, you know, let yourself play around with the data. Okay, and choose your range. For example, macam tu lah. So dia ada banyak lah macam tu kan. Okay, just now I was at the lembaran number 10. Okay, tak apa, we just stick to check out the filter. Okay, bila letak kolom, dia filter siap-siap dalam kolom, dia akan tak keluar lah. So you can just drag and drop balik ke dalam kotak yang di bawah tu. Okay, so far clear tak kelas? Can you see what was happening tadi? Okay. Macam okay je. So dekat filtering fields ni, pivot table field ni, you can do a lot here. Okay. you nak buat macam mana pivot chart tu, what kind of filter that you want by device and etc. Boleh Okay, the next step is you want to come up with charts with this. Okay, yang ini nama dia pivot chart. So just now in the earlier hour tadi, I show you the normal charts. Okay, sekarang ni kita nak move to the another level which is the pivot charts. So we just click the pivot chart menu at the top here. Okay, and click the pivot chart. So the chart will be produced at the location yang you letak cursor tadi tu lah. Okay. Again, you can work around the filter. Okay. Okay, click the range. So dia ada student name kat situ. Student name sebagai access. Value type of device adalah sebagai filter. Number of device sebagai value. So dia akan terasa macam ni lah. Okay. Legend dia perhaps we want to use type of device. Dia akan jadi macam ni lah. Can you see the color different? Okay, I hope the visual is nice. As you work around the pivot table, dia akan macam like highlight for you automatically. Ada beza kan? Bila I letak filter kat sini, dia jadi macam ni. Okay. But when I drag the type of device on the legend, dia akan jadi macam ni. Much more interactive. So this is what I call interactive lah. Okay. So you dah siapkan satu lah. Alright. So this is just for one set of data. Set of data kita yang saya ada kat sini hanyalah dua lah. Satu berkenaan dengan type of device for each student. One more is total expenses for each student. Alright. We can also come up with another pivot charts and pivot table for total expenses. Tak ada masalah. Just highlight these numbers. Go to insert menu macam awal tadi lah. Pivot table. Working on with the new worksheet, then press OK. Then you dapat lah. Expenses is the value. And then kita just insert pivot charts. Insert pivot chart. Settle macam tu. Then click the range. Student name. Oh, kita kena pilih range yang baru sekejap ya. Range yang baru, insert pivot chart. Just press OK kat situ lah. Then you dapat macam biasalah, kita just highlight the set of data and then insert the pivot chart. So you dapat macam ni. Okay. So total expense ni dia macam direct lah. Tak ada apa-apa filter going on. Macam tadi tu kita by filter by device. Type of device. Okay. Ada kat sini. Sekejap. Let me expand this a little bit. So you can see lah. Here you can rearrange the Macam tu. Buatlah editing as you wanted. For example, macam tadi, you can just right click and then go to pivot chart options. You want to change the display, tak ada masalah lah. Go as you like, okay? Then, sekejap. So this is how you do the pivot table and charts. But I would like to draw your attention to this example yang awal tadi. When we have filter data, multiple type of data for one particular criteria, macam untuk satu student tu, kita nak tengok berapa banyak device kan. So ini nampak clear lah. Okay, nampak clear. Alright, any questions setakat ni? Ada soalan tak? From the example given in the link, proses sama. The process is the same. It's just that the data set that you are working on for the particular exercise tu is a bit different lah. Okay. Kalau tak ada soalan, then you are alright. Let us go to the next part. Sharing my slides back. Kita nak pergi kepada creating dynamic dashboard. Okay, creating dynamic dashboard. But before that, I would also like to share lah dengan you all. You can actually do more with pivot tables. Okay, you can just click on the exercise kat sini untuk panduan you all. You can insert filter and terpanggil dia sebagai slicer. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. Macam mana nak insert slicer? Let me show you on the Excel back. Okay, yang ni paling senang lah. Alright, with the set of data, type of device tadi, okay, kita nak insert slicer. Slicer ni nampak lebih canggih macam, okay, let me show you. Kalau I cerita mungkin you tak clear. Insert slicer. Kita nak go by type of device, for example. Dia macam ni. Okay. You akan nampak dia akan keluarkan kotak kecil ni kat sini. Okay. Fokus kelas. Bila you klik smartphone, dia akan keluarkan data untuk smartphone saja. Macam tu. Okay. Kalau klik on the tab, dia akan keluarkan tab saja. Macam tu. Okay, usually people love to play with the visual kan. Okay, play with the visual. Nampak lebih menarik. So kita insert slicer untuk carta ni. Okay, insert slicer untuk dia. Type of device. Okay, dekat sini bila you klik, nampak tak? Dia depends on you highlight dekat mana. Kalau you highlight dekat data, dia punya slicer tu berkenaan dengan data yang table lah. Faham tak? Nampak kan what is going on? Or perhaps it's too small. Okay. Okay, macam tadi earlier on, I highlight this area and then I insert menu and then I click on the slicer, dia akan keluar slicer yang ni. Okay. I mention tadi, if you highlight the data set, dia akan ubah dekat data set lah slicer tu. Slicer tu macam filter lah, okay? Macam filter tapi nampak lebih canggih lah in that sense. Alright. Another example is when I highlight the graph, I also insert a slicer, same slicer actually, tapi dia ubah dekat carta tu sendiri. Nampak kan? Sikitkan sikit. So dia akan ubah dekat carta tu. And same goes to the title. Nampak tak title kat atas tu? Dia berubah kepada tab, smartphone, automatically. Want to have different colour lah. Phone tu colour lain, tab tu colour lain, you may also do that lah. Okay. Tab and slicer. Graph dengan slicer. That was actually what we want to achieve lah for doing more with pivot tables. Pivot chart actually. Okay, kita letak slicer then kita buat charts untuk dia, then dia akan jadi filter macam ni lah. Yang macam contoh dalam screen ni. Okay. Alright, I hope by now that you are clear that you can come up with something great lah with a set of data, and now is a time for us to merge everything together. Okay, merge everything together tu maksudnya macam tadi tu I have two sets of data. Satu data from about the smartphone, mobile device usage in the campus for 6 students. Another set of data is for total expenses. Okay, kita ada dua set kan. Saya ada dua set, or perhaps I would like to also add slicer jugalah, bagi nampak canggih sikit. I can just click on the ni. Perhaps insert the slicer by student name perhaps. Okay, kita nak tunjuk untuk Aiman sahaja, for example, untuk dia kan. Dia akan keluar macam ni lah. Okay. But this is good if you have only tak banyak data lah. Okay, kalau ada banyak data like 10,000 of student, or maybe like I said, kita go by category, postgraduate, undergraduate, male, female students, so it would be much better lah to visualize all this properly. Okay. As you notice that when I click the slicer options, table pun bergerak, charts pun bergerak jugalah. Okay. So when I click the options on this side, dia pun bergerak sama lah. Okay. This is for city, so option ni untuk city. Okay, macam tu Okay, I need to go back to my slides to explain to you a little bit on what's next. Okay. Example of pivot table, I have demo just now. Creating pivot table charts also dah I tunjukkan tadi. Okay, to merge everything together, kita nak buat dashboard. Okay, what is dashboard? Is basically, imagine that you are driving in a car. You ada dashboard depan you kan. Everything is on your dashboard. Your fuel level, your RPM, your speed you're traveling, apa lagi? Sometimes it shows temperature, time, everything is on the dashboard at a quick glance at a particular satu visual sahaja kan. So this also apply for Excel. Kita nak buat dashboard. Dashboard integrates information from multiple sources. So multiple sources ni it depends lah, sama ada from the Excel itself ataupun you have something on your Microsoft Word, you boleh juga masukkan lah. And at the same time, you can insert graphic. For example, icon. So I'm going to show you example on my slide here. This is to discuss or to show the records of online transaction that can be analyzed using Excel to help business decision. Where do customer most come from. Customer you datang daripada region mana. Okay, dalam contoh ni, perhaps I'll show you another graphics. I hope it's clear. Contoh kat sini lah kita boleh tengok customer region from central, east, north, south, ethnicity, Malay, Chinese. Lepas tu change the slicer, dekat sebelah kiri ni, the region, ethnicity, or slicer, prong tu, filter kan. Ini just slicer sebenarnya. So once you change the moving. So this is what dynamic dashboard is about lah. And is that part here, you have icons, male, female, salary, full-time, turnover, and then another slicer. You will, all right? Special video lah for this, how to dynamic dashboard. As usual, you must ensure that your data is error-free. You must have proper heading and ada range semua tu. So this extra material, perhaps I need to share this on the chat box because I updated this last night. Okay. This I copied on the chat box, so you all boleh tengok lah. The extra material prepared by me last night lah. Okay. But I can show you demo lah. Yang mana simple tu I boleh tunjuk. Tak adalah susah mana sebenarnya. Okay. So we want to prepare a dashboard. Let me go back to the Excel. Working with my existing data earlier. Okay. At any point, if your visual tak berapa cantik, let me know lah. Okay. So we have come up with pivot table just now. Okay. Yang tadi ni smartphone dah cantik. So what you need to do is you just highlight. Okay, let me kecilkan sikit, or perhaps hide my ribbon. Okay. So you want to include this smartphone analysis as part of your dashboard. So control click lah, okay. Control click and then control C and then add a new worksheet. You just transfer everything at one page. Kalau nak ikut format macam tadi tu boleh juga. Means that the slicer is on the left side. Ada masalah. Okay. Just to share with you lah. Ini agak small lah. Let me enlarge a little bit. Okay, what I did was I copy from the worksheet that we were working on and then onto the new one. Sheets number 13. Let us rename this to dashboard lah. Supaya tak confuse lah. Dashboard. For students analysis. Okay. Okay, now I settle satu lah. Okay. You might want to adjust accordingly. Okay. If you're not happy with certain element, you can just right click and add. If you're not happy with the label, you might also remove the field. Okay. You see the dynamic action tu still going on lah. Maksudnya bila kita klik the slicer on the tab, dia just display lah. Complete with the name of the student macam tu. Okay. Next one is the expenses tadi. Mana tadi? Sheets number 12. Where is my slicer? Sekejap. With the student name and control C, copy, and then bring everything to here. Right? And the slicer is sitting somewhere on here. Okay. Now you got yourself like an almost finished dashboard lah. Tak apa, ini just simple data. Okay, what you need to have a better experience is you buatlah exercise yang saya bagi tu, then you will gain better visual lah for that. Okay. So lebih kurang macam tu lah. Okay. So if you are using 365 Office, good news for you. You can try to emulate lah what you have seen on the example that I provided for everybody here. Dia ada icon dekat atas kan yang ada orang-orang tu. Hourly salary, full time and whatnot kan. If you are using 365, then you boleh add icons. Right? How to do that is go to insert. Under illustration menu, there is an icon. Okay, myself, I'm using 2016 if I'm not mistaken. I tak ada icon tu. Icon tu khas untuk 365 user only. So you have to upgrade you punya version lah. Okay, nevertheless, walau bagaimanapun, you can do manual insertion lah using the picture. Okay. And then, tapi ada banyak step sikit lah. Use the picture and then choose the icon here. Tapi macam leceh sikit lah. Okay. Kena adjust here and there. Okay. If you already have the icon menu tu, nampak lebih smart lah. Okay. And put the icon menu as you like. Okay. And do the analysis lah. For example, if you want to analyze between female and male, first degree, second degree, you boleh buat lah. Okay. And then once you finish everything, nak bagi cantik lagi kan, you just need to remove the grid line. Okay. Go to view menu, uncheck the grid line. So you akan dapat lah a very clean piece of worksheet. Nampak kan? Okay. And remember this, whatever things that you were working on yang tadi tu masih lagi berjalan lah. Cuma dia nampak macam clean design lah. Okay, no, you know what I mean, right? Dia nampak clean design. Okay. So this is what it's about lah for dynamic dashboard. Okay, do you have any issue or any question you may ask? Hopefully you can follow lah what I share, because I have more, something else to share for the advanced user. Okay, you can do more actually with Excel, not only these charts, ada lagi benda lain yang kita boleh buat lah dengan Excel. Coming right up in a few minutes. Okay, right now I'm opening up the floor if you have questions or if you want to share anything with me lah. Okay, kalau tak ada, the time now is 11:15. Okay, let me continue with what else you could do with Excel. Okay, this is something advanced, guys. Something advanced. Currently people are collecting data through QR code. Macam you pergi bank kan, the bank security officer tu just ask you to scan the QR code and book your appointment, book your record your attendance in the bank facility premise kan. And then what you can do is once the user scan the QR code, dia boleh bawa user tersebut kepada Excel. Okay, but you have to install one particular add-in, Microsoft Barcode Control 16.0. Okay, dia ada banyak add-in dekat sini ya. One of it is go to insert, then ada macam icon yang bawah tu. What it will do is it will connect the QR code with your spreadsheet, whether on the Google form, usually people collect data in the Google form kan, ataupun to a particular customized website. Maksud dia for corporate website, dia ada macam like proper website lah to collect data and then ask people to just QR code, scan the QR code to submit your product query, submit your product feedback. So semua tu boleh dilakukan dengan Excel. Alright, next one is for your career afterwards. Okay, you can do forecasting. Okay, you can do more analysis with the Excel, such as future value. Okay, for example, if you have saving in one particular account, you want to know after 10 years how much you would gain from that particular saving, for example. Okay, what if analysis and forecasting. Other software that you can complement with Excel is Power BI. Okay, and Table AU. People are talking about big data. Maksud dia big data ni means data is everywhere on the cloud, okay, on the Excel, sometime in the Word, or you have captured some data that you key in over on the .csv format. .csv ni maksud dia you can transfer easily between Microsoft Access, Excel and even Lotus 123. So if it's in the .csv format, it's a universal format, and then you boleh transfer into the Table AU and Power BI. So Power BI is another Microsoft product whereby, as you can see on the graphic here, later if you go for practicum, perhaps inshallah one day, your employer might ask you to convert data from Excel, from the Google Sheet, okay, and from the cloud, for example, from the website, and then you want to consolidate everything in the Power BI and then do proper analysis for that and come up with these guys. Okay, yang ni, this stuff ni is pivot table. Okay, I can share from my experience. I have good friends working in the MNC company lah, multinational company, they actually have to have a proper course training for pivot tables. Okay, what you have learned from me today is actually free of charge, inshallah. Probably is one of the crucial skill that the corporates are looking at right now. Okay, so the Power BI actually able to help you come up with the pivot table and charts, and at the same time the dashboard. Okay, tak susah mana pun. Okay, it's just a matter of for you to focus and also to try and error lah, this with the set of data that is supplied for you in the exercise. Okay, other than that, I also would like to make yourself aware that if you don't have Microsoft Excel, tak apa, don't worry, you can use alternatives. Kita gunakan Google Sheet. Okay, tapi dia punya feature tu macam a bit limited lah. Okay, a bit limited, but then for the basic part tu tak ada masalah lah. Okay, you can have a good read on this link here, read more. Okay, for example, in the Google Sheet, the price is obviously free, but then if you want to couple up your Google Sheet with the Google Drive, then you have to pay a very minimal sum of fees. Okay, between the seamless use, I think as compared to Excel, I prefer guna Google Sheets lah sebab dia memang automatically save. Okay. In terms of the macro, okay, macro is not covered in this workshop. Perhaps if I have time and rezeki to elevate this course to the advanced, then I might cover on the macros, Excel macro and Google Sheet macros, and I will also cover on the QR code lah, okay, in hands-on and demo and whatnot, okay, if I have time and rezeki, insyaAllah. Other than that, in terms of the collaboration, I think Google Sheet is the better platform lah as compared to Excel. But then at the end of the day, when we talk about the pivot table and dashboard, Google Sheet ni macam susah sikit nak buat lah, okay, susah sikit nak buat. Alright, so Google Sheet boleh buat filter macam biasa, boleh buat charts. There will be some hacks and tricks shared in the TikTok. You can also search for that in the TikTok. Lots of TikTokers are sharing many useful information on using certain applications. And more resources for everybody. If you want to learn more on the pivot table technique, dashboard technique, advanced, for the advanced user, you want to learn on the QR code, forecasting, so just follow this link provided here and you can elevate yourself to become a very good friend with the Excel, insyaAllah. Okay, I think for the last part, I would like to highlight lah. I do have a supplementary reading material together with this Microsoft Excel. Actually, I co-wrote this textbook together with my other lecturer, my colleagues in School of Computing. We actually have basic course for Microsoft's Office Suite, including Microsoft Excel, Word, Access, and PowerPoint. Okay, and the book actually cover on giving you more exposure, how to do certain stuff. Okay, for example, pivot table and dashboard is covered in this book. And for your information, this is a bit old version lah. we will come up with the newest version, inshallah, by end of this year. Okay, so if you are interested to get a copy of this textbook, you may email me and secure your order lah, at this email, farzana@uem.edu.my. Okay, I think that's all. If you have further question, you can ask me right now, or otherwise I leave the floor to the host and to handle the next session. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Madam Nur Farzana. That was a very informative sharing session. Now we are open for Q&A session. Everyone just drops your question in the chat box, or you can unmute your mic if you want to ask the question.
Can you explain perhaps UiTM Dungun ni dia punya core program dia apa? I'm a bit curious actually because I've been delivering courses, this particular course for UMS Sabah, okay, any independent society such as economics club. So these are some of the things that I'm very curious lah, macam okay, UiTM ni apa dia punya ni kan, dia punya focus of the program.
Okay, firstly, Madam, kami dari UiTM Besi, and then our course program, there is 3 program. Chemical engineering student, mechanical engineering student, and science hygiene student. And our goal is to give students more clearly about the Excel, and so they can use more skills for Excel in the internship and in the work for the future. That's our goal.
Okay, that is a very excellent objective there lah, okay? Sebab you all actually handle chemistry engineering kan? Chemical engineering students, right? Okay. So I would expect that you guys will work in the oil and gas perhaps, or maybe in the industrial sector kan? Because most of my friends who work with the multinational company, when they pass the level of being junior, once they become a senior exec, definitely they will need this kind of skills sebenarnya. Okay, some of my classmate lah actually reached out to me saying that hey, why don't you come up with this Excel short courses about especially pivot table and dashboard, because they were really having my friends were really having hard time lah untuk memahami all these technical terms of the pivot table, but actually it is super easy, not that difficult at all. Okay, so I have a few question from the floor from Muhammad Hafizuddin. How to practice ourselves to be more knowledgeable about Excel? To practice is basically to do the exercise. Kena buat exercise and try to play around with the data. I guess the first step is go to the website yang saya bagi dalam chat box tu kan, yang Miss Hanis already copied there. Okay, you can just keep the URL, and whenever you have free time, I would suggest you to belajar sendiri lah, tak ada masalah sebenarnya. But then you have seen the demo, right? It's not that difficult. Okay, from Hannah, second question. What are the advantages of using formula in Excel sheet? The advantages. it allow you to do automatic calculation. Like what you have seen just now, kan? When I apply the inflation rate, let's say you have 10,000 rows. Okay, you can do manual calculation in the Word, Microsoft Word, tak ada masalah. But then if you deal with lots of data, thousands of rows, you want to do like automatic, like one click action kind of thing, kan? So that is the advantages of using formula in the Excel. And plus we can actually ask the Excel to double check the calculation, okay, in case the formula have problem dan sebagainya lah, okay. Okay, Nick, Arif, the third question. What are the common shortcuts student need to learn regarding Excel? I don't really understand the question. Shortcuts means what? You mean the hacks and tricks? Or do you mean the keyboard shortcuts? Oh, what is the easiest way to learn? Am I right? What is the shortest, the bestest way students need to learn regarding Excel? Okay. The shortcut. I think what we have seen today as we use the more current version of Excel. For example, if you have version provided by UiTM 365, install that. Sebab bila you guna latest version, dia akan bagi you banyak wizard. Those can be considered as shortcuts. You don't have to manually drag here and there, okay? The wizard will help you and walk through the process with you. I guess that is the best shortcut you needed to learn the Excel, okay? Use the latest version, Excel. I hope that answer your question. And again, if you want to learn on the hacks and tricks, you may go to TikTok. Ada banyak dekat situ. Tricks and hacks. Sometimes the TikTokers share the keyboard shortcuts, okay? But then you have to be patient. You nak belajar something yang grand macam ni, you have to start from the beginning lah. Start from the basic, slow, okay, take your time. And then if you got lucky, if you are employed, manage to secure yourself a job, at that time when you want to impress your supervisor or your boss, then this is where your weapon lah, your strategy lah basically, okay? Thank you for the questions. Yes.
So there is some question in our Google form. The first one is, what is free space in MS Excel?
Free Spain. Okay. A bit common there. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, Free Spain. I hope you can see the visual clearly. Okay, going back to my example for the set of data here. Free Spain, dia dekat sini, view menu, Free Spain. Okay, for example, I could do like, okay, macam mana I nak demo here is perhaps I need to provide like banyak row lah, okay? Okay, I provide to you everybody lots of row. So that kita boleh lihat lah dia punya effect dia lah when I freeze the pane. Okay, let's say you have like banyak row ni kan. 1, 2, 3. Highlight and bottom here, you have 21 rows of data. Okay. Free spin. Let's say, okay, in this particular display, kita nampak dia punya header tu kan. Names, expenses, semua kan, nampak clear. But as we drag ourselves at the bottom, kita tak nampak dia punya header tu kan. So this is where the free spin comes in lah. You just place the cursor. Where do you want to freeze the pin at the top there? Tak apa, you just tengok sini. You want to freeze the top row or the first column or diagonal macam tu kan. Usually I do this on the diagonally. Okay. Okay, for example, if I scroll down, nampak tak? The header tu still there, right? And in case if I add more columns, can you see the effect there? The number to stay freeze. That is free spin. Okay.
Okay, now for the other question, what is the difference among count, count A, count if, and count blank in MS Excel?
Okay, the count is the function under formula. Okay. Count if ni. Dia dekat sini. Okay. Contoh dia macam ni. Kalau count, this is regarding the logic punya function lah. You can use count and then put a bracket here and then do the range lah. Macam tu. Okay, and then put a okay, tu macam ni lah, okay. Count if let's say I try count if ni macam we want to set a certain parameter. Okay, count the number of cell, perhaps it's too small for you, within a range that meet the given condition. Okay, count if, for example, you tengok first we must apply the range and then comma the criteria, for example. Okay, the range is from at the top here. I highlight. Okay, and then I need to put a comma here. Okay, the criteria perhaps kita cuba lah. Criteria is put a 200. Then we close our bracket. Doesn't work. Count if. I'm not so sure why it become. Okay, perhaps I have to check my resources